where can mayors get the money that will pay for all this? And so the audience for this is not just mayors, it's ministers of finance. Again, as with presidents, ministers of finance need to pay attention to this. It's big money, and it's the vital process of economic development that the country has to go through. And so finance ministers can't just leave it to mayors. You need to pay attention. So where's the money going to come from? And of course the answer is tax. And the question then becomes, what do you tax? And at the moment, the typical sort of tax, such as value-added tax, is taxing the flow of activity that's undertaken in the city. And that's a problem because that discourages activity. It's a disincentive to activity. You've got to do it, but it's by no means an ideal tax. Is there anything else that you can tax which doesn't have those problems? And with the growth of a city, there's a very obvious answer, which is that as a city grows, the value of the land in the city appreciates a lot. A lot. Right? And so what you need is a tax system which captures that. So how in practice do you do these taxes on land and on the associated property? But I would start with the land. And I want to link back to where we started, which is you need clear land rights. If you have a public register of land, a unique public register that people trust, and it's transparent, then landowners have a very strong interest to make sure that their land is registered on that register. Because if it isn't registered, their ownership can be contested. But that register can then become not just a register of land ownership, but a register for taxation. And you can do very simple things like zone land by its approximate value. The central business area, land's obviously going to be much more valuable than land on the periphery. But the basic principle is you make sure that the value of the appreciation in land is captured for the society, not left with a few powerful guys who grab the land. And in a lot of places, sadly, it's that grabbing process that's happened. Why should the president care? Because this is a basic feature of trust in government, and it's a basic source of public revenue.